Yeah, if you're a big fan of pigs, yikes. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new review on the channel. And today we are talking about a film that was not even on my radar until a couple of days ago, and that is MALUM. Now, I saw the poster for this film on Instagram for the first time, like I said, a couple days ago, and it really intrigued me. So I started looking stuff up, and I found out that this is kind of a retelling of a film that came out, I believe, in 2014, and that is The Last Shift. And I do have friends that have seen The Last Shift. I personally have not seen it yet, so I can't speak to how MALUM is as a retelling or remake, whatever you want to call it, but man, this movie was unexpected. The level of publicity that Barbarian got last year in 2022, I would love to see this movie get this year. In my opinion, this is the Barbarian of this year in terms of a film that just came out of nowhere and really shocked me, honestly. And yeah, let's talk about this thing. So as I mentioned, I had not seen The Last Shift before. I didn't see a trailer for this. I went in completely 100% blind and with a total open mind. I had zero expectations because I couldn't expect anything. And wow, this movie deserves recognition right off the bat. Essentially, it follows a rookie cop named Jessica who is kind of being not blamed, but kind of dealing with the consequences of her father's actions, who was a cop as well, and he did some interesting stuff, and she's kind of paying the price for it because she joined the same police force a year later after her father committed these acts, I will say. And the whole film centers around her, but also brings in this satanic cult. They are really kind of the forefront for all of the events that happen in this film. I mean, you don't see them much until the third act, but they really set in place and in motion the events of the film to come. And this movie is 100% one of those kind of like cerebral mindfuck movies, because you have all of these events happening on screen to this single character who's by herself for the majority of the film. The character of Jessica, the actress that plays her, did a fantastic job. I will say that right now. Amazing. You are essentially watching these events happen to this character, and you, knowing the premise of the film and the events that started the film, you kind of are left to put the pieces together of, is this actually happening? Is she hallucinating? Are these supernatural events? Are these caused by the cult? Or what is going on? Because there is such a huge like string of events that happen throughout this film. They seem to be very paranormal. They start off small and continuously escalate in fucking insanity by the time you get to the third act. And yeah, I was just like enthralled with this shit the whole time. I was very curious to see what they were gonna pull out next. Like, wow. You have some family turmoil with Jessica and her mother, as well as what is, you know, left of her father's legacy as this cop that did some pretty shitty stuff. But you slowly start to put the pieces together of why all this stuff is happening, and I think the film does a fantastic job of dropping like just enough hints and pieces that it doesn't hold your hand within like putting this mystery together, but it drops just enough hints that you can really, throughout the whole film, continuously think, oh, this is why this happened, this is why this character did this, and I think that's awesome. Like I said, Jessica is our main character, but there are a few other people that come in and out of this police station. Essentially, the whole film takes place in this old, dilapidated police station. Like I said, Jessica is a rookie cop, and this is her first shift, and she ended up taking this night shift where all these insane events happen to her, and you really feel for this character because the film does a great job of setting up those dynamics within her family and why she's doing what she's doing, why she decided to take this shift, this one in particular, why she decided to become a cop. So you really kind of get into her head a little bit and can put yourself in her shoes and understand why she's doing all these things. And seeing her go through all of these very traumatic, fucking cerebral, nasty ass events, you feel bad for her, and I like that in a main character. I think she's a very strong character and just overall a kind of a badass. So, but let's talk a little bit more about this cult, because when it comes to cult movies, a lot of the ones that I've seen, they usually have a very interesting setup and an interesting premise, but just do not deliver on that throughout the whole film. I mean, there's a couple ones in particular. I'm looking at you, Baphomet. Goddamn, I watched it for Danny Filth. But like I said, you have that interesting premise, that really interesting setup, but it just does not pay off at all towards the third act of most of these cult films. But I am very, very happy to say that MALUM has one of the best cult horror third acts that I have seen in a very, very long time. You definitely have some demonic entity stuff that starts to happen. Like I said, this whole film escalates. It starts off with these very strange but questionable events, like a pig showing up outside the police station, and you get this one cop that's in a particular part of the prison, the holding cell, who is literally having like a fake argument and throwing around a basketball and is just a dick overall. Like, stuff like that, strange, questionable, but not insane. You get this, the guy from Hellraiser that shows up, this like homeless looking guy who ends up breaking into the police station. Again, strange event, but then from there, we start to go up. A bunch of hallucinations, or like I said, supernatural events. The film does a good job at keeping you guessing, is this happening or is this not happening? Like, am I thinking too much about this, or is this what the film wants me to do? When I say cerebral mindfucked, that is what I mean, and I actually really like that. But then once you get into the actual cult stuff and these people and entities start showing their like true forms and faces, that is some of the gnarliest and most memorable shit that I have seen in years. That is what I'm gonna remember this film for. These kind of creature designs and these very grotesque and like contorted faces that they are able to come up with. I think that shit is awesome. I also think the cult leader, while he's not actually on screen for a ton of the film, he has a constant presence, because you really get the feeling that like this police station and this cult leader that they have set up to be this insanely like evil presence is almost haunting this police station. That really comes across as genuine, the way that they execute this. I love it. So talking about some of the gore and kills, oh man, it really unleashes in the third act, like I've been saying, and I really enjoyed this. Like I said, not only are the creature and entity designs really awesome, but when they do have that gore and show the carnage of people dying, it looks awesome. Mainly due to the fact that I think mostly everything in this film, maybe with the exception of a couple like touch-up moments here and there, everything in this film looks practical to me, and I love it, dude. I love when they uphold using practical effects over CG, practical over digital. I'm so glad that they went this route, because every time they show one of these creatures or monsters kind of morphing or doing something very weird, or they show a person dying, it all looks so believable and real. So it really gets under your skin for that reason. And you know, not a lot of films really scare me, but there were definitely a couple moments during this film where I was more disturbed than anything, I would say, and that was 100% the creator's intention, and I think they did an awesome job making you feel very unsettled, very uncomfortable, and constantly guessing and not exactly knowing what's gonna happen next. Also, some jump scares in this movie really landed well. They are not cheap jump scares, they are all earned, they even push the plot forward. This is how you do jump scares right. I loved it. The only thing I will say is the eventual ending of this film, there is a third act reveal that I saw coming basically from the beginning, but that's not even really a negative. That's more so the viewer interpreting the information given to them, at least for me. And when I saw that they were gonna go the route that I thought they were gonna go with the ending and the third act, I was like, that was the right decision. That was the right decision. I like this movie. So yeah, guys, MALUM, if you are a horror fan, if you like some supernatural, crazy, mindfuck stuff, you like some cult, some demons, some satanic shit, definitely go check this movie out if it's playing at a theater near you, man. I would love to see movies like this continue to be made. I'm not sure how many films this production studio has done, but they seem to be fairly new. And fun fact, the founder and the head of development, Luke of Horror, was one of my first Instagram followers when I created my new account. Also, go follow my Instagram, check that out. But yeah, their company is called Welcome Villain, and these guys are doing some great work. Please go support them. Please go check this movie out theatrically. They deserve it, and you deserve to see the awesome shit that they have brought to screen with MALUM. Alright guys, let me know if you've seen this movie. Let me know what you think about it. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, but yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I have my first disturbing movie video out this week. I'm currently working on it, and that is going to be Cannibal Holocaust. Going a full deep dive route, so stay tuned for that if you are into the more disturbing side of cinema. But yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and yeah, I will see you guys very soon in the future. Hope you enjoyed this review, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you very soon.